Hello and welcome to this coding lesson on customer analytics. In this coding lesson, you will be introduced to using transactional datasets for customer analytics. Transactional datasets are one of the most common customer datasets available to all businesses. Such datasets hold information about the purchase history of customers, which include the amount, frequency, and date of purchases. In this lesson, we will be looking at a transactional dataset from an online retail store, and our goal with this lesson is to clean this dataset and make it ready for performing customer analytics. So let's get started. The dataset that we're going to use contains the following information. Customer ID, that is the unique ID assigned to each customer. Invoice number is the unique number assigned for each invoice. Amount spent is the amount spent by the customer for a transaction, invoice date is the date of transaction, and country is the name of the country where the order was placed. Now before we get started, please make sure that you've installed Python in your system along with its libraries pandas, numpy, and matplotlib. You can install the libraries using the following command, that is pip install numpy, pandas, and matplotlib. I've already installed it on my system, so I'll start by importing the necessary libraries, and we'll be importing the pandas library as PD. So I'll go ahead and run this line of code, and we've successfully imported pandas library as PD to be used in our program. Next, we will be importing the CSV file called transaction_dataset.csv, which contains the information about the purchases made by the customers. You can find this dataset in the data directory of this coding lesson. We will be reading the CSV data as a pandas data frame using the read CSV function. So if I go ahead and run these two lines of code, we can see that we have the dataset with 5 columns, that is customer ID, invoice number, amount spent, invoice date, and country as we discussed before. Let us now look at the shape of the data frame to know how large is the dataset. We can do so by using the shape function of the data frame. And as we can see, we have a lot of rows and 5 columns. So as a first step, we should always clean a dataset before performing customer analytics or any kind of analytics. Data cleaning processes differ from one dataset to the other, but the general idea is the same. That is, we're trying to ensure that the data is verified and validated before any insights are generated from it. So let us start by checking if the data frame has any null values in it. We will do so by using the isNull function of the pandas data frame and call the sum function to get the sum of all the null values in each column of the data frame. So if I go ahead and run this line of code, we can see that we have a lot of null values in the column called customer ID. Now there are 2 ways to handle such null values. We can either remove the data rows containing the null values, or we can choose to fill in the null values with some statistical value such as mean, max, or median. In our case, customer ID represents the individuality of a customer, which is why filling it is not a good idea since we cannot guess which customer made the purchase in the transactional dataset. So we will be dropping all the data rows containing null values in the customer dataset. We will do that by using the drop_NA function of the pandas data frame, and if I go ahead and run this line of code, it will drop all the null values, and if we go ahead and check it again, we can see that there are no null values in any of the columns of our dataset. Hence, we've successfully handled the missing values. So now we will be looking at the data types of the various columns in the dataset. We can use the info function of the pandas data frame to print the concise summary of the data frame. So as we can see, it gives the information about each column and their non-null values, the counts, and data types. Looking at this, we can see that there are 3 columns with the data type as object, so we will be converting them to their appropriate data type. That is, we have the customer ID and invoice number as float and object, which should ideally be as integers. The invoice date and country are also objects, which should be date time and string respectively. So we will be converting the invoice number from object to integer, the invoice date from object to date time, and country from object to string. So I'll go ahead and run these 3 lines of code and convert them into their appropriate data types. Along with that, we will also be converting the customer ID column into integer numbers instead of float. So we've successfully converted all of our columns into their appropriate data type. And now let us look at the head of the data frame to verify that the data types have been assigned appropriately. We will be using the head function again. And we can see that the values have been converted successfully, and as we can see, the customer ID is now an integer, the invoice number is also an integer, and the invoice date is a datetime object, and the country is a string. We can also check the data type of all the columns of the transaction data frame by using the dtypes function of Pandas data frame. So if I go ahead and run this line of code, we can see that all of the data columns in our data frame are now in new data types. Finally, let us also check if all the numeric values in the dataset are proper or not. We will be using the describe function of the Pandas data frame for getting a statistical description of the dataset. So I'll go ahead and run this line of code, and we can see that we get the statistical description such as count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, and all the quartiles and maximum values of all our numerical columns, that is customer ID, invoice number, and amount spent. Talking about the amount spent, we can see that the mean value of amount spent is around 20, and the minimum value, as we can see, is in negative, which we will be handling in a while. And the maximum value of amount spent is again 168,000. So now we can see that the amount spent column has negative values in it. And we know that the amount spent should always be in positive values, that is greater than 0. So we will be fixing that by using the absolute function of the Pandas data frame. This function will return a series or data frame with absolute numeric value of each element, so that we don't have any negative values in our data. So I'll go ahead and run this line of code, and let us again get a statistical description of the dataset to check if we have fixed that. And as we can see, the amount spent minimum is now 0. So we've successfully cleaned the dataset, and in a practical scenario, data cleaning can take anywhere from an hour to just a few seconds of time. The quality of data is dependent on multiple factors, and in order to minimize the time taken to clean a dataset, all businesses should put an effort into collecting data from only verified and validated sources. So moving on, let us save the clean dataset as a new CSV file so that we are able to use it in our future lessons. We will be saving our data frame as a CSV file called customer dataset using the toCSV function of the Pandas data frame. So if I go ahead and run this line of code, we now have a customer dataset CSV that we can use in our future lessons for performing customer analytics. And that is it for this lesson. I encourage you to go over each column of the data one by one and understand this dataset even better. Also, as an exercise, you can try classifying whether the columns hold qualitative data or quantitative data in them. In our next lesson, we will be learning how to perform customer analytics on this clean data. So I'll see you in the next lesson.